All right, so radicals. A radical is a root, and we use the symbol like that. And if it's not a square root, you'll see things that are like cube root with a little 3 there, or the fourth root with a little 4 there, things like that. There could be any number there. For the most part, what we'll deal with are square roots. We'll get into a little bit of this stuff, but square roots are going to be the really important thing to know how to deal with. So square roots, I've got kind of a lookup table over here, just some common square roots. And their common squares, of course, too. So just for reference. So if we need to simplify a radical, then we need to find the largest perfect square that is a factor of the number under the radical. So whatever's inside here, we're looking for the largest perfect square that goes into it. Split the number under the radical using the perfect square, and then simplify the perfect square and write the answer. So let's see what that looks like. So if we're looking at 72, let me get a calculator out so you can see how I do this. So if we're looking at the square root of 72 and we want to simplify that, then we're going to look over to our chart here, and we're going to find the largest number that is smaller than 72. So 81 is bigger than 72, 64 is smaller. And we can start by just dividing until we get a perfect square that goes into it. So 72 divided by 64, that's not a whole number, so we are on to the next. 72 divided by 49, not a whole number, on to the next. 72 divided by 36, that is a whole number, so that means we can use this perfect square to split up 72. And by the way, if you get all the way down to 1, then it doesn't split. It's already simplified. There's nothing more to do. So let's split this using the 36. So instead of square root 72, we'll write this as the square root of 36 times the square root of whatever we have over here, the square root of 2. So we've split this 72 into 36 and 2. I always write my perfect square first because it's the one that's going to simplify more. So 36, the square root of 36, if you don't already know it, we have it written there. It's 6. So 6 square root 2. And that's all we got to do. That radical is simplified. All right, let's try another one. So 2 times the square root of 48. This 2, we aren't going to deal with it yet. You'll see it doesn't really do too much here. So 49 is bigger than 48, so we're going to go down to 36. Here we go. So 48 divided by 36, not a whole number. 48 divided by 25, not a whole number. 48 divided by 16. Now that's a whole number, so we can use the perfect square of 16 to split up this radical. So this 2, I'm going to leave it out in front, times the square root of 16 times the square root of 3. Remember, we're looking at what we've got right here. So we use that 16 to split 48 into 16 and 3. 2 times 16, the square root of 16 is 4, times the square root of 3. And notice once I've taken that square root, I'm not writing the radical anymore. It's just, we've simplified it. 2 times 4 gives us 8, times the square root of 3. And we've simplified. All right, last one, 300. So if we're looking at 300, we can divide, all of these are less than 300. So we'll start with 300 divided by 169. That's not happening. 300 divided by 144. 300 divided by 121. 300 divided by 100. Now, if you immediately looked at this and said, oh, I know what that one is, I need to divide by 100. go ahead and do that. You don't have to do this whole process every time. I'm just showing that if you do, you end up in the same place as if you are one of those people that has already built the intuition around looking at a number and telling what the perfect square inside is. All right, so then square root of 100, write that perfect square first, times the square root of 3, write that leftover second. Square root of 100, that simplifies to 10. Square root of 3, so 10 root 3 is going to be our simplified radical. And we will use this skill more when we get to dealing with quadratics in depth, but for now, that's all you really need to be able to do with it.